today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Commanders making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game, and I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
After the interception, here's Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do, and what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines, because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate them and really say thanks, because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
And Thomas has it. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Wentz. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. They're going to look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Throwing again on second down. Smith. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Geno out to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
To throw again on second down. Smith. And that is incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, Smith. Rolling to his right. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They snap it to Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
Off of play action, here's Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. From the 50, it's Smith. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, Smith. They'll roll him, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On on play action. Wentz. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Now Wentz on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's third and long. Throwing now is Geno. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. No Sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Smith now to throw. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Seahawks are back within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Geno's going to throw. And he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets them even closer. Now a 2-point game. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 27, Wentz. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Fielded just inside the 30. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Colby Parkinson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Here's Smith looking to throw. And he's brought down. And that is caught for the 2 points. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. On first down, Wentz. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 17, Wentz throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Here's Wentz to throw. Throw right side complete to Dotson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Cameron Curl up to make the tackle. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's cap. All right, so we skip the rest of halftime and get set for the 3rd quarter. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the 2nd half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Smith throwing again. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
But under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Here's Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball on a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Wentz. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Wentz. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18. Shotgun now for Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now a first carry right here for Robinson. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Thomas brings it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. From the red zone now, Wentz. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Wentz. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different...
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel from 13 yards out. And the Commanders have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie us at 24. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Smith, and he rifles one incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down, Smith, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs. Opportunity. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Working from the gun. Wentz. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. Just a gain of a couple there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down. A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. Sly able to put this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. He's at the 50. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get
touchdown. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense Down on the scoreboard. 1:46 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Smith now to throw. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now it's Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too. Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Smith. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people